I would like to present to you today a very special active. It's an active ingredient which is based on a very special and patented technology on phytoplankton. And I want to first use some words about the technology so that you have an idea why this is so special. And then we will go step by step through the product, which is a very special product, making a 360 degrees eye contour beauty, so around the eye. And being on the same time a natural alternative for the vitamin K1 oxide, which is a product, it's a vitamin, it's synthetic, and it's a product in many countries it's restricted or even forbidden. In China, I learned it's forbidden, for example. So it's good to have a good and natural alternative for the vitamin K1 oxide. So let's start. What you see here is a phytoplankton. Phytoplankton, microalgae, very small microorganism. The first microorganism, the first alive species in Earth, 3,700 million years ago, when Earth was covered by water, the first what appears was the phytoplankton. And after this appeared, everything developed. Now we are here. This is the result. But what is different between what we do and between everything else you can find in the market? The difference is quite easy. The difference is our production method. While others try to make a synthetic way of the growth of the phytoplankton, we have a patented technology where we imitate 100% the real conditions in the sea. So we do exactly what happens every day in the ocean, but we do it in a controlled way. So what is the difference? The difference is, this is a traditional cultivation approach, okay? Usually here, they use one species, they clean the species with antibiotics or other things, so that there's no bacteria on the species. But the bacteria on the species is the microbiome of the species. And the microbiome of the species is very important. The next big difference is they just do one species inside of this tube. So they have a very poor extract later, not so much molecules. This is how they do, and this is not the natural way, because in the sea, in the ocean, there is not just one species, there are millions of species. So what we do, the difference is, this is just a symbol. We have, in our production, we have an open system. We have something we can call, we have an artificial ocean in our production. So you can imagine like a big swimming pool. And we do not just one species inside, we combine 2, 3, or 4 different species to have a collaboration between them, because the collaboration will give us more molecules, okay? The next point is, we do not use CO2 from tanks, no. We breathe. Here is CO2 enough, right? So we clean the air we breathe, and we insert the air with a small pump into this swimming pool, let's say. Then we get bubbles. The bubbles move the water, like the ocean, the waves move the water. The phytoplankton moving around, they meet one to each other, and they collaborate. They have a collaboration, and out of this collaboration we get a lot of molecules. This is the main difference, I hope you understood, between whatever you can find and what MC Actives offers to you. The next very important point. I told you before that all the others, they clean the species. They use antibiotics, not having any microorganism on it. We not. We have the species, and we have around the species the microbiome. We leave that because here is a molecular interchange between the host and the microbiome. And this molecular interchange leads to metabolism. And this metabolism are very, very valued vitamins, minerals, phenols, sugar molecules we get inside of our biomass, of our extracts. Okay? This fair, our technology is called Phycosphere Biodynamic Technology. Okay? Why? What we call Phycosphere is the sphere, is a tiny cosmos. It's just around the host is a polysaccharide film, and on this polysaccharide film lives the microbiome. And this small polysaccharide film, this is the phycosphere. And why biodynamic? Yes, biodynamic, because of the interchange of molecules. It's biodynamic. So this is the reason our technology is called Phycosphere Biodynamic Technology. By the way, we share the plants, the microbiome of the roots. It's a plant holobiont. The microorganisms, the phytoplankton with the microbiome is a phytoplankton holobiont. And we, with our microbiome, we are human holobiont. This is the meaning of holobiont, okay? We, all three, we share around 70% of the microbiota, so the same species. So this is in common between us. And this is the big importance to get now a product which leads to a huge amount of molecules. Here, a small movie. You can see what I explained to you. 1, 2, 3, 4 species, okay? They collaborate inside with the microbiome, and they collaborate outside together, so they marry, okay? And in this marriage, there come out a huge amount of molecules, peptides, saccharides, antioxidants, polyphenols, vitamins. All this is a big richness of molecules. Let me see. It's a big richness of molecules, so to make our extract, we have to do a second step. Okay? The second step is that we put out of the big biomass groups. And these groups, with these groups, we make the products. Okay? So, what happens with the rest, with the biomass which is left? The residue. The residue, after, this is one active. 2 groups of molecules, one active. Okay? This is a residue, so the waste, let's say. We developed a new process to make an aqueous extraction and to make a second extraction, so to get an upcycled active. So, osmotion is an active, which is coming out of the residue of the production of the first. All this we do to get a zero waste approach with the time. Here is still residue, which just not need. But we are working already in the next step how to get out of the rest of the residue all the good molecules, because you have to imagine, if we put out groups of molecules, there are still a lot of molecules inside the biomass. So they're inside. We can need them, we can use them to make more nice products. Of course, we use solvents, but we use green solvents. And we upcycling the solvents. After we use the solvents, we upcycle the solvents and reuse them again, okay? So that is about the technology. Up to here, now I explained to you the technology and the difference of the technology. Now I want to speak about the active, OpenSee. OpenSee is our second active out of an upcycling process. And this active is an incredible amount of molecules which we have inside, and they make a big effect later on our skin and our eyes. We will skip some of these. Things because inside of our biomass, inside of this extract, we find a protein complex, mainly those, and a lot of others. We find a polyphenol system with mainly these two and a lot of others. And we find a saccharide complex, so a lot of saccharides, mainly these both, and a lot of other saccharides. This big cocktail is what makes really effective OpenSee. I will just show you here in this map. I will show you something. This is just a map to show you how it works, okay? It's easy. We spoke about, we have marine proteins inside of the extract. We have marine saccharides and we have marine polyphenols, okay? We want to fight against growths, trophy eyelids, dark circles, and eye bags, okay? And the mechanism of actions is a collagen elastin synthesis, ROS scavenging, and oxidized protein repair and osmoprotection. We reach that with antioxidant, moisturizing, and whitening. This is the action later happens on the skin. So this is the map, how this product works and how this product has an effect on your skin. Okay, let's go to the first in vitro studies. We always, when we make an active, we first make the theory you saw before, and then the second step is to prove the theory, first of all, with in vitro. In vitro test with cells to show the efficacy. What we see here is beta-catenin. We have an increase of 202% of beta-catenin, and we have an increase of 136% of plakoglobin. These both proteins are very important for the integrity of the skin. So when the skin is like hooks together, the cells, with the time these hooks loose. And these two proteins brings back this integrity of the skin, or skin firmness. Here you have something which is incredible, just incredible. On cells, measured on cells, with an ELISA test, like we do, or everybody do that, we found out that we have a collagen 1 increase of 10 folds, means more than 1,000% more collagen. So it's a huge amount of pre-collagen 1. The pre-collagen is the first step to make the collagen, and our skin understands this pre-collagen and will build the rest of the fibers. So this is a very important point to get back matrix of our skin. Elastin is a good value too. Okay, it's not 1,000% like the collagen, but it's 157% of elastin, which is a really nice value. So this up to now is the in vitro proofs. So we have good matrix, we have good proteins, we have good things which will help us to improve the problems of the skin. Now we made 3 different clinical studies. We made one for the 4 claims: eyelid lifting, puffy bags, growths, and dark circles. We made another which is just a comparison between OpenSee and vitamin K1 oxide. So just to see if OpenSee can be real an alternative. The third one is a very nice one because this is just a flash effect. This is an immediate effect in 40 minutes. So after applying the serum or the cream with OpenSee, you have an immediate visual and measurable effect on your skin. So all of us, we know that our customers, the end users, they are no patient people. They want everything very quick. They want immediate effects. So here we have a product which provides you a long-term effect, but also provides you an immediate effect. This is something, when you make one product with OpenSee, you will get both. A long-term effect, we will see now, and an immediate effect. Let's go for the first. Here we made a clinical test with a double-blind study with 36 volunteers between 31 and 63, using 3% of the active in 28 days in a serum twice a day. Then we measured what happens on the first day and what happens on the 28th day. So this is the long-term effect, okay? We can see very beautiful average, this is the average, it's not the top probable, no? This is just the average. This is the collagen, the elastin, the placoglobin. All this is working, and it's working good because we get the length of the wrinkle 35%, the depth of the wrinkle 44%, the elasticity 58%, and the moisturizing 90%. So, very nice values. Here are some pictures. You see this is a heat map. The heat map you can see perfect how the grease is. Here we have an even better one, which you see that all these red zones disappear. So it's a real good brow fit and the wrinkle effect. Here the eye drop, the eyelid lifting. The eyelid lifting is difficult because it's something which usually you go to a surgeon and make an operation, because usually with a cream it's difficult, but we can measure 8%, while the placebo goes even more bad, 7%. So it's something on the picture we cannot see, but the distance between here and the distance between here is shorter. So we have a lifting effect, okay? The next one seems not to be a high effect. The bags under the eyes, the elasticity, 48, and the moisturizing, 11% against a loss of 4% with the placebo. On a much bigger area we can measure, but we can also see very clear. Because we have more surface, having more surface, we can also see it with the eyes. This bag is bigger than this bag, clearly. Then comes the last challenge, the dark circles. The dark circles is a combination between the water or liquid which goes out of our veins because of permeability, plus, let's say, a little bit of melanin, which appears too. So, as we have a big cocktail of molecules in our product, we can fight against both. So, the placoglobin and the beta-catenin, they help together with the elastin, they help to make less permeable our vessels. So less water will flow out. So this helps for the puffy bag and helps for the dark circles. And other molecules, there are a lot of polyphenols inside and other molecules, they help us to destroy the melanin. So on the end, we have a real visible and good effect. Now we go to the next test. The next test is easy. You just took 0.5% vitamin K1 oxide against 3% OpenSee. Okay. The other day on our booth, there was a customer saying, "This is unfair." I said, "Why this is unfair?" See, because it's 0.5 vitamin and 3% of your active. Say, no, it's not true. It's not unfair. It's unfair for us because, first of all, we are not allowed to take more than 0.5 of the vitamin because it's restricted. So first of all, we cannot use with the probants more. But second, and most important, you will see later on the InCos code, The most important is this 3% is not just a pure molecule. This is not just the extract. This is water. This is preservation and a small amount of the extract. So less than 0.5%. So on the end, it's unfair, yes, but on our side, okay? The results are nice. You can see the results really good. We have here 70% OpenSee against 12% of the vitamin in the puffy bags. And we have 18% against 11% in the dark circles. You know, vitamin K1 oxide was many years the benchmark for these two problems, puffy bags and also dark circles. So here you have the proof that we have a real alternative, a natural alternative to the vitamin K1 oxide. And you see it's very clear here, OpenSee, vitamin K1, result. Here, OpenSee, vitamin K1, result. So you see, it works. It is really an alternative. It's an alternative for the vitamin K1. Now the last test, very important, 40 minutes flash effect, okay? We did a 40 minutes flash effect with 70 volunteers, just 70 volunteers, the same age range, 3% in a serum, just 40 minutes. One picture before, one picture after. You see what happens. In just 40 minutes, we increase elasticity by 20%. In just 40 minutes, we increase the moisturizing at 50%. And in just 40 minutes, we get rid of the glow fits, at least visually. So there is less, it's more, it's a tensing effect, okay? So now you have here a product. You have here a product which provides you an immediate effect, a long-term effect, fighting on 4 very important areas around the eyes, being 100% natural. This is wrong, this number is wrong, because we have to adapt. It's 100% natural. In our new files, it's corrected already. It's China approved, so we have the Chinese submission code. It's vegan, it's Cosmos approved, it's halal approved. It's coming from an upcycling process, so we have a real modern active coming from a very old technology, because the technology is just the nature. The nature can do it best. And the whole, when we took out the molecules, we have groups of molecules. You cannot build them by molecule. No, it's like Aristotle said, the whole is much bigger than the sum of the parts. This is the reason why this works so good. So here's the InCos. I told you before, it's not just extract, it's water. Populus tremuloides bark extract is a natural preservative, not listed, working very good, being 100% natural. So our product, when we sell it to you, has 1.5 years of shelf life, usually. The pentyl glycol we need for stabilizing, but the pentyl glycol is plant-based, so this is 100% plant-based, 100% natural. And finally, the small amount of the plankton extract, doing so much. So, this is all for now. I was almost in time. We still have 5 minutes, so if you have any questions, of course, welcome for the questions. And well, you liked the presentation? Hope this could be a product which you can include in your products in the future. And if you want to see more, we are sitting in the booth Q10 together with our distributor DKSH. So please pass by, have questions, and let me explain you. We have 4 products more. This is just the newest one. Thank you very much.
Alright, once more, let's give a hand to Mr. Jose Miguel Cabello Escribano, CEO of Mac Active.
Thank you.
Alright. So if you have any questions, just go to their booth in Q10. Alright?
Q10, yes.
Yeah, Q10, and you may reach out them through their website at www.macactives.com or info@macactives.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for kindness and thank you for the attention.